people with stomach problems, they need to learn how to deal with their emotions and learn that life is what it is and not what we wanted it to be. Hi everyone, welcome back. So, just stop the music. Hello, how are you all today? How was the weekend? How is the weather where you are at the moment? Here is not very good. We really don't expect something different from the UK, isn't it? Not complaining. I love the UK. And so, today I'm going to talk about the causes of illnesses, diseases, and pain. And I'm going to read the topics. The topics that we are going to talk about today is why illness happens, green flags, yellow flags, red flags, and then we are going to talk about the reason for some specific pains or illnesses. So, I want to start by saying that our body was created for perfection, for balance, for healing. So imagine if you cut a finger, you have a cut, and then you will see that the body rushes to heal the finger, to stop the blood, to heal as quick as possible. So you will notice that the healing is like natural, is programmed. After some weeks you look and it's like nothing there, nothing happened. The body is healed like to perfection. So you don't even need to worry about that. It's like the body just does itself. So the healing is programmed in us. So it's not natural to be sick. When we are sick or in pain, that is a sign of our body of some imbalance. Because if it's not natural to be sick, if the body needs to send us an alert of, look, something's wrong here, that is definitely a sign of an imbalance there. And when we come down to earth, our bodies, they have like a compromise with us. The compromise that they have is, I will keep you alive while you are there in the 3D plan. So I'll do my best to keep you alive there until you need to come back here where we all belong. And if you notice, the body works very hard to achieve that. So there are like millions of like chemical reactions happening all the time. There are cells dying and reborn all the time. The body is always fighting like external threats. The body is always working very hard. And if you notice, the world is made of opposites. So this world that we live in, there is the tall, the short, the night, the day, the sun, the moon. So for everything that exists, you will notice that there will always be an opposite. There is peace and war, love and hate, everything as an opposite. So everything is made of two parts, the yin and yang conversation, isn't it? So, and the same with our body. There is a part that is this force that keeps everything together, keeps us alive, does the best towards healing. And there is the other part that is our responsibility. So our responsibility to like regards to our body is two things, and both they are equally important. One is what we eat, what we put inside of our bodies. And the other one, it's our energy, how we take care of our energy, what we do to heal our energy. So both they are equally important. I will give you an example. Imagine, just give me a sec. Imagine that you are a person with a very good energy, you already took care of all of the traumas, you release all of the past lives, your energy is super light and amazing, and you then eat like very sugary things, you drink, you smoke, you eat animals that were like brutally killed. And I'm not going to get into that subject because I'm not judging at all, because I try not to eat meat, but sometimes I eat chicken, and that is not really what I want to talk about today. There is really like brilliant people talking about that, about the food and what we should eat, what is good for us. But just to let you know that, imagine that you have a very, very good energy, but then you eat loads of not very good food to your body. Very likely your body will feel that and can become sick. But then imagine the opposite. Imagine that you eat very healthy, very good, and you take care of like all of the calories, you don't eat gluten, you don't eat sugar, but then you ignore completely your energy, your traumas, the way you feel, you ignore your emotions. So very likely the body will also get sick. So health is really that, is a balance. Needs to have a balance of what we put inside, that is what our body is using to keep growing, to keep alive, and then the energetic side, because our body is directly connected with our energy. So each cell of us imprints the energy and reflects to the world the energy that we have. So of course, if we are full of traumas, of pain, of blockages, all of that, then the body will probably send us an alert as well. And we are going to talk about the alerts. But in regards like to the deep traumas and those things, we could have like a different conversation, a deeper conversation about society, why like society told us not to feel, not to like emotionally not being vulnerable, to work hard. So it's normal that we behave like that, because that is all that we know. So it's not a judgment, okay? But all right, so just to let you know that we have responsibility. The body does its part, does it very well, but then our part, sometimes we fail in some things. With regards to the energy, I think would be very, very important if everyone knew about astrology, knew about their energy, their blockages, what they need to heal, what are their traumas. Because if we knew where the problem was, it would be halfway for the cure. And there is really a phrase that says that, being conscious of the problem is halfway to heal that problem. Because if we don't know where is the problem, sometimes we are even working in other things, and that is not what we are supposed to be working with, because the wound, the deep wound, is something completely different. So if everyone knew astrology, knew very well their energy and what to do and what they are here to heal and to treat, it will definitely be halfway for loads of things to be in the correct path, to not attract so much alerts from the body that then become diseases and illnesses and everything. But just to let you know that when the body is not okay, when our energy is not flowing, when we are blocked, illness and diseases will happen. Because the body needs to send alerts, needs to say, look, there is something here, it's not good, it's not well, you need to take care of this. And illnesses are basically that, are alerts from the body. And the quicker we address those problems, the less likely they will become physical. So a disease, a illness, a pain, like a simple pain in the elbow, started in the energetic field. So when we look and there is something physical that we have, that problem started much before. So we already had that blockage, we already had that problem. As we didn't address it while it was like just energy, as we didn't address it, it will become physical. It will become a physical problem. And the problem is the 3D plan, it's heavy. If you notice, like, it's not just to think about an elephant that the elephant will show. So it's heavy. So anything that comes to this plan then is a bit harder to deal with. And that is why I keep talking about this. The more you address the things while they are just like in the energy, not that it's simple to be in the energy, but it's easier to take care of. So the quicker you address the things in the energy, the better will be, of course, because it's not going to be as heavy down here on earth. People that work in health, they will know about this. We work with a flag system. Flag system is like alerts from the body. Imagine if a patient has a red flag, the patient comes to us with a red flag, we need to act quick because that patient's life can be at risk. So they might need a surgery, they might need to go to the hospital, but basically it's a red flag. We need to act very quick on the problem. If it's a yellow flag, we still need to act, but the patient is not going to die because of it, but it can become a chronic problem or it can become a red flag. So we need to do something, but it's not as dangerous as a red flag. And then the green flags, that is, there is some pain, but it's starting, is not a big problem yet. I will give you some examples just for you to understand. I really don't want to bore you with this part, because I know it's a bit more, it's like more normal. But what I want to say is the body gives us alerts. Imagine a green flag can be a mild knee pain, an ankle pain, like a mild rash you get. Then a yellow flag, it's, imagine like a back pain that puts you in bed for 3 days, you can't get up, or vomiting, or a stomach cramp. And then a red flag, it can be like, imagine, I'm not sure if you know what is called Equina, but called Equina is like a condition on the lower back that we need to act very quickly because the person is like an emergency operation, and it can be life-threatening. So, but basically, flags is that it's when the body is giving us an alert and we need to do something about that. And of course exists the physical flags. So in the GP surgeries we need to do something about those flags, but they are also like energetic flags as well. So the body is always talking with us. If there is something wrong in the body, it's because it's an alert, it's not random. Someone that is very sick is not like randomly sick. There is a cause for it. Now, I want to talk to you a little bit about, I think I'm talking a bit quick today, isn't it? Tell me if you want me to slow down. So, I want to give you like specific examples about some specific problems. And I took this information from this book. That is, this one is in Portuguese. Let me see if I can find the name in English. I think I found it here somewhere. So, is Liz Borbo, and in English I think it is Your Body's Telling You Love Yourself. And then if you open the book, it has like you won't understand it, but it has like the condition, and then the physical blockage, the emotional blockage, and then the mental blockage. So it's to understand like the reason behind it. And the way I prepared today's live, like some information I took from this book, but a lot of information I took from my connection, my meditations. So some of things that I'm going to talk about today, you will really find in the book. And I would like to start by the MSK problems, because MSK problems is what I deal with every day, and is musculoskeletal problems, that is, or a bone, or a tendon, or a muscle problem. Which one did I put here first? Sometimes when I'm dealing with people, when I'm like assessing them, I wanted to say like, look, like that knee problem is not just a knee problem. There is a reason behind it. Or that back pain is not just a back pain, but, you know, like, I feel sometimes people are not ready for that yet. But I try. Sometimes I say like, oh, is there anything stressful that's happened in your life? No. Or sometimes they say, oh no, someone passed away, or we are going through a very hard time now. So the first I want to talk about is knee problems. So people with knee problems. Normally it's people that are a bit inflexible in their lives. They might feel they are stuck in a situation and they don't know how to get away from that situation, or they don't see a way out. They auto-block themselves a little bit. They believe sometimes that there is nothing they can do, like to escape that situation. They feel stuck. They want to run away, but they don't know how. They feel like not agile enough to escape that situation. They also have very fixed ideas. And people with knee pain, normally they are a bit stubborn. And so if you have some problems with your knees, try to feel these words and be honest with yourself and see, yes, where am I acting like this? Where am I being stubborn? Or where am I feeling stuck? Feels like I can't see a way out. And try to look for the way out, because there is a way out. There is always a solution. Then, back pain. People with back pain normally are very like tense people. They don't enjoy life to the fullest. It feels like sometimes life stopped being an adventure. It's like they are bored in life. They have too many responsibilities. They carry the world on their shoulders. They basically are taking life too seriously. Life is more about play, being silly, having fun, being happy and relaxed. And people with back pain, they are doing the opposite. They are taking the problems from this dimension too seriously. Just relax, have fun, find what you want to, what makes you feel alive again. And then we can also divide. So there is the lower back, there is the thoracic back, that is the middle back, and then there is the neck. And people that have more problems on the lower back, normally they don't feel materially, like financially secure. Also, they have the fear of being financially unstable. They think they need to have things or people around them to feel supported. They don't feel supported just being alone by themselves. They they are not their own support. They are too stuck to the 3D dimension problems, and they need to meditate more, connect more, elevate your energy. Don't let yourself get consumed by these planet's problems. Just enjoy, okay? We have a limited time to be here on Earth, so the more you can enjoy, the better. Then thoracic pain and emotional insecurity. They do a lot for others and they forget about themselves. They need to learn how to ask for help and not only be giving to others. They feel like they carry the weight of the world in their shoulders. So that's something to take a look at as well. Then neck, fear of not being in control. So they think too much about things, they try to control things, and then of course they get rigid, they lose the flexibility, and then they can't move. There is even I read that somewhere, that if the problem is like when you want to say yes and you feel like you can't move your neck, it's because you are not saying yes to some life situations. If the problem is when you say no and you feel like you can't turn your neck, it's because you need to learn how to say no to some people and to some life situations as well. Then ankle pain. People with oh yeah, Andrea says, mind blown about the lower back pain and need for material items. Yes, absolutely, Andrea. Do you feel those kind of pains? If you feel like it's the time to turn around, like, yeah, find a way of feeling like supported just because you are enough, not like other things or even other people. It's very interesting, isn't it? Then, not that my husband does, exactly. Tell him to watch the live. Or you can tell him the symptoms and then the causes for it. Then people with ankle pain. People with ankle problems, they are not sure about their path. So their mission, what to do in life, they feel insecure about their actions. They have afraid of being not in the correct path, not fulfilling their mission on earth, not doing what they were meant to be doing. Sometimes people with ankle problems, they need to reassess the choices that they made in life to check if they are in the correct path, and to check if they are in the correct path with the correct rhythm, speed. Like sometimes they are walking too fast, or sometimes they are not walking at all. Okay, so it's something about the way you move in life, your progress. Then stomach, directly related with stress and too many emotions that people feel like they can't deal with. They bottle up things, they don't express themselves as they should. Too many questions without answers. They feel they are not able to digest situations around them. That's why they feel that pain around the stomach. They have a resistance to life situations. So if something happens, instead of them accepting and deal with it, they resist what is happening in life. Of course, they don't allow things to flow. They can be very critical and don't like to have their plans contradicted. And people with stomach problems, they need to learn how to deal with their emotions and learn that life is what it is and not what we wanted it to be. Then, people with intestines problems. People with intestine problems normally is because their lives become too predictable. There is no element of surprise there. And they feel they are stuck, they are bored, feel like nothing is exciting in their lives. The situations around them are very controlled. They know what's going to happen in 1 week, in 2 weeks. Everything becomes too boring, to control. There is no fun. They are attached to the details of situations instead of looking to the big picture. So they need to trust more in life. They need to relax. They need to